Why is Amazon clashing with Henry Cavill, the ultimate Warhammer fan, on a project he's dreamed about for years? Cavill has been battling hard to keep the Warhammer universe true to its roots. He's rejecting Amazon's demands for modern twists that could disrupt everything fans love about it. But why would Amazon, after choosing someone so passionate and invested, push for changes that go against the lore? And with a high-stakes deadline looming, will Cavill be forced to make a choice between his dream project and his studio bent on rewriting it? Let's dive into why this battle might mean more than just another Hollywood adaptation gone wrong. Before we dive deeper into this situation, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Amazon seems to be making life difficult for Cavill. He's been fighting tirelessly to protect Warhammer from what fans view as a potential downfall. He's no ordinary actor taking on this role. He's a passionate Warhammer fan who's approached the project with deep respect and care for its original lore. His vision is clear: stay true to the story and characters that make Warhammer what it is. But Amazon appears set on pushing their own agenda, one that, according to some, aligns with the current trends in Hollywood's woke movement. This clash has led to real frustration for Cavill and his fans as they fear for the future of the franchise. For many fans, this feels like déjà vu. We've seen big studios mishandle cherished franchises before in the name of modernizing them, often disregarding the original elements that made these stories iconic. Think of what's happened with Star Wars, The Witcher, and Ghostbusters, classics that have had their stories reimagined, sometimes losing key pieces of their identity in the process, and now it's Warhammer's turn on the chopping block. What makes this situation especially unique is Cavill's dedication and hands-on involvement. He's not just starring in this series, he's working closely on all aspects of the project, even diving into video game development alongside Games Workshop. He's not just showing up to act, he's committed to steering the project as an executive producer, ensuring the adaptation respects the original material. For Cavill, this isn't just another job. It's a personal mission, one he's described as a career highlight, something he's dreamed of since he was a kid. Given all this dedication and the stakes involved, why does Amazon seem so eager to push against him? So why would Amazon try to dismantle something fans love, especially when they have a dedicated fan like Cavill on board? It's puzzling. Why cast someone as passionate as Cavill and then attempt to reshape the story and characters in ways that conflict with its core? Even a casual viewer might find it odd. Cavill, who's deeply invested in staying true to Warhammer, faces frustration as Amazon appears to push forward with changes that reflect Hollywood's woke agenda, rather than the authentic Warhammer universe. Despite the obvious risks of alienating loyal fans, Amazon seems intent on altering characters and rewriting lore to include themes that don't align with Warhammer's gritty, dark world. One controversial example? The rumored introduction of female custodians and space marines. For anyone familiar with Warhammer, this would be a surprising and potentially divisive departure from established lore. Warhammer already celebrates powerful female characters in factions like the Sisters of Battle and Sisters of Silence. These characters are legendary in their own right, respected and feared in the universe. So why the push to introduce female versions of traditionally all-male warriors like the Custodes? Fans argue it's unnecessary and breaks the lore. They feel it should remain untouched by outside agendas. Adding characters solely to fulfill certain social narratives may not appeal to those who know and love Warhammer's unique universe. Fans aren't alone in feeling this way. They argue that it's not just about what women want, but rather about keeping the essence of Warhammer intact. Loyal fans want to preserve its unique identity, feeling that forced gender-neutral or reimagined characters dilute the franchise's dark appeal. Amazon's decisions, especially those that might sideline Warhammer's original characters or narratives, have sparked intense backlash. Fans ask why creators would try to appeal to an audience that may not fully appreciate the lore, potentially at the cost of alienating those who do. For true fans, it's a betrayal of the stories they hold dear. Their frustration continues to grow. Think about it: recasting a legendary Primarch, one of the most iconic leaders in Warhammer, as gender-neutral is a huge leap. Fans are bound to resist, and rightly so. Amazon seems to be falling into the same trap other studios have before, disregarding the fans who have passionately supported Warhammer for years. And if they keep going down this path, the fallout could be severe. Now let's look at Cavill's role in all of this. He's fully committed to the project, but the big question is whether his influence as a producer and star can keep Amazon from straying too far from Warhammer's core lore. Cavill has more than just a job riding on this. His reputation as both an actor and a producer is on the line. If Amazon insists on pushing changes that clash with Warhammer's essence, Cavill faces a difficult choice. He's invested so deeply that stepping away might not be an option, as it could mean the entire project crumbles. The risks extend beyond the TV series. Cavill's also involved in a Warhammer video game designed to link directly with the show, creating a vast, interconnected experience for fans. But if he and Amazon can't come to terms, that project could face delays or even cancellation. Fans who have waited years for this immersive gaming experience would be let down in a big way. Adding urgency to all of this is a strict deadline looming over the project. Cavill and Amazon only have until the end of 2024 to reach an agreement. If they can't work things out, this Warhammer adaptation series, movies, games could be over before it even starts. It's a high-stakes situation, with Games Workshop clearly backing Cavill's vision of staying true to the original lore. They've built this universe painstakingly over the years and know the backlash that comes with upsetting fans, but Amazon seems stubborn, seemingly more committed to pushing its agenda than listening to the dedicated audience who actually cherish the franchise. The clock is ticking and there's no room for error. If Cavill and Amazon can't settle their creative differences soon, the entire project could be shut down, with the Warhammer adaptation slipping from Cavill's grasp. It's a race against time, with only a few weeks to save what could be a groundbreaking series. The big question now, will Cavill remain unwavering in his vision for Warhammer, or will he be forced to compromise everything he's fought so hard to protect? This isn't just another project for Cavill, it's personal. He's risking his career and reputation to bring Warhammer to life, and he's made it clear that he won't allow it to become just another franchise twisted by Hollywood's obsession with woke reboots. If Amazon pushes through its agenda, we might see Warhammer reduced to a mere shadow of its former self, much like what happened with Star Wars and the Witcher franchises derailed by corporate disregard for their fan bases. Cavill, however, isn't about to let that happen without a fight. He has always been committed to standing up for authenticity and preserving what fans love most. Henry Cavill has already proven he's willing to walk away from a project that doesn't stay true to its core, as he did with The Witcher. Now with Warhammer, he's putting everything on the line: his passion, his time, and his reputation. The question remains, will Amazon let him honor the world he loves, or will they push him to a breaking point? With December's deadline looming just weeks away, it's crunch time for both Henry Cavill and Amazon. The outcome of this dispute could determine the future of Warhammer's on-screen adaptation, and fans are anxiously waiting to see if Amazon will learn from past mistakes or risk wrecking yet another beloved franchise. Cavill's involvement isn't limited to acting. He's poured himself into every detail of the project, striving to ensure the Warhammer adaptation is as true to the original as possible. But if he and Amazon can't align, everything he's worked for could be delayed, or worse, canceled altogether. The stakes are even higher when you consider the Warhammer video game. Cavill's vision extends beyond the series, aiming to create an interconnected universe where the show and game offer fans a complete, immersive experience. But if Amazon holds firm on its creative changes, this grand vision might never come to fruition, leaving fans who've waited years disappointed and frustrated. The possibility of the game and series being scrapped would be a major blow, especially given the dedication Cavill has shown in honoring Warhammer's legacy. Many fans are already voicing their anger at the thought of seeing their favorite characters and lore reimagined to cater to audiences who aren't invested in the franchise. This frustration isn't only about changes to the series, but about respecting the passion and authenticity that fans like Cavill bring to the table. It's a battle between preserving the essence of Warhammer and the studio's drive to appeal to wider but often disconnected audiences. For Cavill, this project is more than just a role, it's a lifelong dream. Walking away isn't an easy option for him, given how deeply he's embedded in the project's success. At this point, the entire Warhammer adaptation hangs in the balance. If they don't resolve their differences soon, we could witness yet another beloved franchise collapse under the weight of corporate agendas, leaving Cavill and fans alike feeling betrayed. So what will happen? As we draw closer to the deadline, only time will tell. Can Cavill stand firm against Amazon's push for change, or will he be forced to compromise his vision for the beloved Warhammer universe? This is a fight worth watching, because the outcome could change everything for fans and the future of the franchise. Will we see the Warhammer universe remain true to its roots, or are we heading for another adaptation nightmare? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the challenges facing Henry Cavill and the Warhammer adaptation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.